Hello and welcome to my Blog Talk Radio program, Eternal Connection. Today we will be talking about Divine Love in 2015. It is the first Friday of the new year, and I'm going to be doing my best to regularly broadcast at Friday at 6:30 p.m. So my name is Daniel Feint, in case you haven't listened to the show before. And I am going to be talking about divine or unconditional love today. I hope everybody had a good holiday season and a good start for the new year. I actually got the idea for the topic of the show, or one of the ways I was thinking about it was the mantra that I'm setting for this year is 3 statements, which is I love who I am, I love my life, and I love the world I live in. So that seems like a pretty good way to go about it. So I wanted to explore the idea of unconditional or divine love versus conditional ways of love that us as humans sometimes get mixed up. And but anyway, we'll explore that. And so let's get into the topic then. Okay, we could start with the idea of what does it mean to be unconditional in the sense of love. So let's see. First thing that comes to mind is what Jesus said, which was, I will never leave you nor forsake you, which that's a form of unconditional love, and divine in its nature of never leaving somebody, always there for them, and never to judge them or forsake them. So, also, let's see. If I don't know if there's a scripture because I don't have my Internet Explorer open to look it up, but that there's nothing, unconditional love is something like, that there's nothing that a person can do, or there's nothing that they, how is that? I'm sorry, you'll have to bear with me, I'm a little bit whiffy today. There's nothing that a person can do that would make God love them any less or more. So it's basically that there's just like this immense 100% unified love that's unconditional, and there's nothing a person can do by works or actions, but just by that faith that that's out there and that it's a part of us and that the whole system is based on it. If you get into the Course of Miracles, it talks about that fear is an illusion and the only truth is love in the world. So basically any kind of fears or doubts or worries that we have are in condition to things not going the way that we feel that we want them to be, and based on the fear or of lack or other types of things that not being enough. But unconditional love covers all that, and let's see. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. If I say one more time, you can just like turn the radio program off. But that was an not an Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, Dan, focus. I said, come on. All right, wait. So basically, let's see, we get into the idea of conditional love, which we have noticed if we've been alive on the earth as a human being. Condition... This is so ridiculous. Okay, conditional love is when a person... what is conditional love? when there's conditions, like you have to do this to be a certain way, or I will love you if you are like this, or if you do this thing, or you have this car, or this amount of money, or this social status, or it's all kinds of standards, and standards just don't apply when it comes to unconditional. Whether they be low or high, or worthiness or unworthiness, and so I like the idea of of unconditional love, because it puts everything on an even playing field, and it actually helps to have a more enjoyable life. It really does, because realizing that fear and doubt and worry are just illusions and they're not real, I might as well keep it real, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to live in reality for a while. If I'm going to live in reality for a while, I might as well focus on what's real, which is love, and that's based on A Course in Miracles. Yeah, that's really all I can think to say. Hold on for a sec. Okay, maybe I'll add like a bonus section to this, which is to tell you about a book that I'm reading by Mike Dooley, Dooley, and it's a book called Infinite Possibilities, and it's interesting because one thing that I also want to do for the beginning of 2015 is to visualize 5 minutes a day, to visualize just what realistically I could do in my life to focus the thoughts that I want to be thinking and practice bringing in more of those thoughts so that I can have what I truly want and experience in life to come about. So I think if I visualize some of the things that I want to do, it'll help. If I have self-defeating thoughts, I can observe them and dismantle them, as they say in the book, which basically is the idea of just noticing if I have a negative thought and what that would do to pull me away from the good things in life. I think everybody needs to take complete responsibility for their life. That's just me. Call me crazy, but even to the minutest detail. Minutest? Is that a word? Minute. To the smallest detail. Oh my God. I'm sorry, seriously, I'm sober and everything. I'm giggly today. To the smallest detail, a person needs to be responsible for their life, as I see it. And let's see, what else about that? I have no idea what I'm talking about. Because if we're not responsible for our lives, then it's just like blaming others, and it's like really disempowering to think that everything is everybody else's fault, because that means that we're pretty much their pawn, and that's like no way to live. So, all right, hold on for a second. Okay, I'm focused now. This is professional radio that I'm doing. It's not just an MP3 file on a server on the internet. So I will act very professional now and not giggle. Giggling is not allowed in this world. Okay, yeah it is, but now I'm just being... Alright. Wait, I was just showing conditional love to myself, because one thing was right and the other thing was wrong. But the thing is, it's all good. And there is no right or wrong. There's left or right, but actually if you just look forward, you see both left and right within the view of straight ahead. So it's just sort of like it's all encompassing. And that's another example of unconditional. Let's see, what was I going to do? I was going to talk about taking responsibility for one's life. I don't know. It makes sense to me. I really can't explain it right now. And this is probably going to be one of my most unfocused radio programs that I've put on so far. I'm not going from any kind of notes. It's like almost 10 minutes into the show, And for the next 4 minutes, I'm not even going to press pause on the recording. I'm just going to flow and just sort of see what I know, because that's the way it will go. And if I recognize that the time is night, then there is no reason to fight, for I am at peace, and it will never decrease and or cease, because these type of things are just moving along, and kind of like a song, but more like a poetic verse. I could rehearse what I'm going to say, but of course, back to today, I don't know what I'm going to display, so I'm going to continue this prose and these words that I'm pulling from the air. This is not written down because I really don't care. This is just a talent I have to sort of flow with these ways of saying sounds, and then in comes the clowns. So to go around and not know what I'm doing, there's 11 minutes remaining for this entertaining type of radio program. Oh my God. If anybody's actually listening to this, that would be really, really funny. So, anyway, it's about 11 minutes, or it's past 11 minutes. Okay. So I'll just continue to go with the idea of, okay, I'll summarize it. That's what I'll do now. I'm going to summarize. So it's going to be like divine unconditional love is where it's at. That's the only thing really true anyway. I mean, we could get caught up in our human psyches and psychologies and philosophies about why one thing's better than the other, or what's wrong and what's right for one person and it's different for another person. But if we sort of rise and transcend above all that, and we look to the skies, and we look in our heart, and we say, wow, I love you. Wait, I really, this needs to be done, because if I was to quote Barney the purple elephant, no, not elephant. All right, there's a pink elephant on the couch, but Barney was a purple dinosaur, and he said, I love you, you love me, we're a happy family. Yeah, that's almost as bad as me posting Pee Wee Herman dancing to the Tequila song on my Facebook page, which I did. And anyway, I'm actually gonna, it's been a good 13 minutes now. So I usually record anywhere from 13 to 14 to 15 minutes per show. So hopefully this made you laugh. Hopefully it made you smile. Hopefully it gave you some words of wisdom and insight, and just a reminder of how much you are and that you deserve, because you are unconditional divine love at your core. So just try to focus on that if you want to. If not, be miserable. I really don't care. So I love you, and have a wonderful start to the new year. I don't know why I'm like this, but hey, it's better than my normal depressive self. So take good care. Thanks for listening, and until next time.